in today's video we're going to be back working on the PF2 build. On the last video I did with this bike, I ended up putting on the Daytona oil filler cap and I showed you guys how I mounted the oil cooler. And today I got a few more parts in, so I changed out the rotors. I was telling you guys I had the wrong rotor on the rear. It was for front, so I got new rotors front and rear, 190mm rear and 220mm front. Just gotta scrub that in a little bit more and she'll be good. Also got new seat cover and a throttle tube for it. So if you've seen in one of my last videos, we had the 160TX in to just get it running and going for my buddy. And in today's video I'm going to be working on my bike, but I still have this thing here. I'm making another video on that, so stay tuned for that. Got the 816 handlebars put on there, and we got some other parts that will be going on, so be on the lookout for that video. But I figured today we'll just go over a few more things on the PF2 build. Some people were asking about how I ran the throttle cable under there. Since I didn't show that part, I'll go over that and I'll let you guys know what I'm running for jetting in it. And I'm also gonna raise the clip one position just because I noticed that the plug was really black, so it was running rich. So we'll raise that clip and then we'll get that needle down a little bit so they'll even out the the mid throttle, because it sounded like when I gave it, like stabbed the throttle mid range, it would kind of hiccup until it picked up through the RPMs and then ended up being fine. So I'm gonna put the seat cover out in the sun for a second and just let that heat up so I can pull it on nice and tight, and then I'll move the bike over and we'll go from there. But things should be pretty sick. I'm excited to see how it looks with the throttle and the seat cover on there when it's done. Still waiting for the caliper bracket to come in. I sent that off to my buddy's machine shop to have him take 3.5mm off the back side of the bracket and then shave the caliper hanger flush, just like how this one is here. Mine didn't come like this, but you see how this one, the bracket and the caliper hanger is flush. The other one has like spuds that come off like that, so he's gonna do that for me, and then after that I'll be able to put the wheel back on. So I'm going to be racing the bike this weekend. Today is Monday. He sent it off today, so hopefully I get it by Wednesday, and then I have a couple days to put the rest of the bike together. I'd like to get out on my buddy's track and at least test the bike. I really haven't rode it like how I'm going to ride it, so I'd like to do that. But for today I'm going to do what I can do and then get back to work on the 160TX build for my buddy, because he's got to get dialed in for this weekend. So safe to say I got my hands full today. Had this thing baking in the sun. Now she's nice and stretchy. There she is. Get the old seat cover off. Did the tedious job of pulling them all out with the screwdriver. This is the type of staples that I use, and this is what I'm using for a staple gun. So let's go ahead and get this thing stretched over and see how it looks. What do you guys think? Say it came out pretty good. Didn't want to spend too much time trying to get it absolutely perfect. Let's throw this thing on the bike and see how it looks. Pretty happy with how it looks. I think once the graphics are on there, you get the black backgrounds with the white numbers, it's going to complement that perfectly. It should look pretty sweet, all said and done. Let me know what you guys think. I wasn't entirely sure what I wanted to do for a seat cover, so I figured black will match everything with just a little bit of red. I was thinking about doing blue stripes, but ultimately I just went with the red. Now I'm thinking the blue might actually look pretty sweet on there. Let's go ahead and get these plastics off, then I can show you what I got going on underneath the tank for the throttle cable, how I made that work. So for the throttle cable setup, this is what I ended up using for a throttle cable. BBR 512 BBR 1001. This is the one that's for the production bike MM12P. So if you search it up on their website, go under production bike parts, and then you'll find this, or just give them that part number. If you're building a V1 or an SSR PF2, this works out perfect. Or even the MM12P, where you have the carburetor really close to the top of the gas tank. So on this particular one, it has a good amount of an angle, but not this much of an angle. So what I did was just heated this up very quickly. You don't want to heat it up too much because there's a vinyl sleeve in there. So just heat it up just a little bit, and then make sure you bend it over something rounded like this, and then you can get the proper angle. So I just had to tweak this one just a tiny bit more, and now there's plenty of clearance between that and the top of the gas tank. I'm gonna go ahead and get this off. We'll put the new throttle on. I'll raise the clip one position. I'll show you where it's at now. It'd be tough to see, but see how it's in the middle position right now. I'm gonna move it up one slot. That will drop the needle down and then lean out the air fuel mixture. There it is. One position up. Let's see if that works. So the jetting that I have in it currently is 32 110 with the clip in the one slot up from the middle position. New throttle's on. Change the clip height. Plastics are on. Seat cover's looking good. So unfortunately I'd like to start it up today, but I really can't ride the thing and starting it in here, bringing it outside. I'm really not going to be able to test it out because, like I was saying, it was a part throttle hiccup that I was having, so that's why I adjusted the needle. Hopefully when I do get to ride it, as soon as that rotor comes in, like I said, my buddy just shipped it off today. Today's Monday, so I'm hoping by Wednesday I have it, and then I can put the bike together once and for all and then go test and tune it, and I'll make a video of that too. I figured you guys might want to know what's going on with it currently, so here's a little update for you. But stay tuned for the next video, and we'll have this thing running. Hopefully I have a rear brake on it, and then I can ride it at my buddy's track and get at least a little seat time on it before the race this weekend. Thanks for watching the video, guys. As always,